Hello, lovelies, and yes, I have blue eyebrows.
They match my shirt.
And look at what Rusty did to my hair. We haven't washed it out yet.
It's clearly still.
She even created her own colors. So, yes, no hair, no bangs, and blue eyebrows. Yeah, we're doing it. Okay, so what are we doing today?
Questions.
Uh-oh, hashtag Rusty's asking questions.
So yeah,
This always makes me nervous because I have no idea.
She's always so nervous about it, and then like I ask the questions, and you realize that it's not that big of a deal.
Well,
like, I'm not gonna
waiting for
not trying to like ruin anyone's life. I just like to ask things that are a little bit obscure than what other people would ask.
Yeah, we might make this a hashtag to go around for this. Yeah, I don't know. Darla mentioned it. Rusty should ask the questions for these things.
I mean,
the hashtags.
Thank you, Darla. I would like to do that.
Hi, Darla. She's an owl. She lives in Canada.
Oh, I have an owl.
Yeah, she has all kinds of owls. Yeah, this used to be Rusty the Wise Owl. That was her other nickname. All right, so
our lighting is pretty delightful.
I'm just loving the blue eyebrows.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just going to do this a lot.
We started with an easy one because you always get so nervous.
Yes, thank you.
What is your favorite decade?
Well, if it was in my life...
It could be anything you want.
Okay, so if it was in my life, my favorite decade would be the 70s, because that's when I became my teens. I did not like the 80s, with the exception of giving birth to my 2 kids. And if it were a time that I wasn't about, I would say the 1920s. The flappers. I love the outfits, the music, the underground, illegal alcohol.
As I asked you this question, it wildly occurred to me I never thought about my answers to any of these.
Oh, well, so I don't know my answers, so you got to ring out.
We're all playing.
Yeah, we're all playing.
I like the 1920s, speakeasy days, but I think I'd want to go back to like, I don't know, when there was just a few people here. Or before there was people here. Let's go to the.
Then you wouldn't be here.
Initial void.
But then you wouldn't be there if nobody was there.
But maybe I was there, and that's why I'm.
Then you'd be the creator.
I'd go back to the initial void. That's my favorite decade.
I'm just gonna do this.
All right. Well then, enjoy your next question. If you made a dinosaur or discovered one, what would you call it, and what would be its coolest feature?
Oh my. I would probably call it Hey You, and it would get me coffee.
Nice. Okay, so it's a slave dinosaur for you.
Absolutely.
All right then.
Yeah.
You have
servant.
A new servant.
Yeah.
I'd probably have or find Swayosaurus, and its power would be that its legs were so strong because it was constantly swaying, but it had a reach that of 7 times
like Stretch
T-Rex.
Armstrong, that doll.
No,
Stretch
like its
Armstrong?
arms would come back, and if it needed to reach it, like a gray herring, how it has like the neck, like that would be its arms. Like they'd be able to like shoot back. That would be its coolest feature.
Okay.
I guess moving along to the next, obviously.
Yeah,
easy.
please.
Here's an easy one for you. What is the ideal number of letters in a word?
4.
All right. Well, I didn't know which words you're talking about.
A lot of 4-letter words. No, it's an even number and it's easy to spell.
Between 12 and 27.
Is there any word that has 27 letters?
I'm sure.
Deinstitutionalization used
22.
to be the long. Yeah. Is it 22?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be in English. I could be talking.
Yeah. Any language.
NASA's talking about aliens. That's all I'm saying. There's languages we don't know yet.
I got my alien eyebrows. I'm ready. So if the aliens come to get us, they'll think I'm one of them.
They'll come for the ones that like science.
Yes.
Anywho.
Yes.
Do you prefer... I just want to point out that I wrote these questions from the last video we made to now in 7 minutes.
Not
so
even
this is
that.
fun.
If that, yes.
Do you prefer the great giant pandas or red pandas, and why?
Oh, that's tough.
It's the toughest question I put on here. As I was writing it, I was like, "This isn't fair." Like,
That's
legit.
yeah.
This isn't a fair question. So you can even say your favorite thing about both. Like, I don't want to put picking your favorite. Like, don't let this one stress you
little
out.
red pandas are so adorable. Their
we'll
colors,
pros and cons it together.
They're cuter. They could sit on your lap. You can love them like a cat or a dog. Where the big pandas, which are brutal, if you had them calm, they're so cuddable and lovable and roly-poly. I'd have to pick the big ones.
All right. Well, so I love them both. I mean,
her nickname was Amanda Panda at birth.
Yeah. Red pandas and that arm thing they do to like make themselves look big, and they like to be scary, and they're still like adorable.
They're so cute.
Oh, big pandas! Their life is just chaos. Like any video you watch of them, they're just like falling out of a tree or like rolling
and
off.
They're so
like
chubby.
Even when they're like in captivity, they're just like rolling off the side of things or like.
Remember we went to the Bronx Zoo to see the babies?
I do remember.
Yeah, when the new babies were born years ago. Yeah, the Bronx Zoo. Next question.
What is your second favorite holiday? You may include your first as well.
All right, well, my first favorite holiday would be Halloween, obviously.
This is Halloween.
This is Halloween. Second favorite holiday. Well, Banjo-Ma is our personal.
It's not really a holiday. So
it's not really a holiday, so I'm not going to include that. That would be right there. I'm going to have to say Thanksgiving because that's when Craig cooks delicious food.
And
did I steal your answers?
My answer was stolen.
I figured so. Like mother, like daughter.
Yep.
Yeah. And for the same reasons, probably.
The exact same reasons.
We celebrate Halloween all year round.
Yeah,
which
Halloween
you guys
is
know.
when I get the most of my wall decor and body decor.
Yeah, that we use all year.
Life decor for all times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you use public toilets?
Only if I have to, and I'm the queen of squat, and I don't touch anything. I have, you guys, when you were little, one thing I've always done to both my children, and we still do it today, is pee before you leave the house. Because
it's burned into the back of my soul.
The last thing you do before you walk out of the house is try to go to the bathroom, even if you had already just done it, because I have this phobia about public toilets. I've gotten better. And one time driving back during the beginning of COVID, all the driving back from Connecticut, which is 6 hours, and you have the rest stops on the side of the road, and all of the public rest stops were closed. And I literally pulled into, I didn't know that, and then I'm drinking my coffee, figuring no problem, and then major problem. And I pulled into a truck rest area, and there was a porta potty. And it was the most disgusting moment of my life. Because I was going to go in the woods. I didn't even see the porta potty, but I used a porta potty, and then I showered with an SOS pad when I got to Connecticut. Go ahead.
So, follow-up question: you would prefer to?
I'd rather pee in the woods.
In the woods.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, on the side of the street.
I don't
I'd close the door
as much of a fear of public toilets. Like, so we went camping, but it wasn't like normal, like just going to the woods camping. We went to like campsite camping because we were meeting people from farther away, so like we didn't know the area. I actually have questions for Melanie because we were at Corn Campfield in
Melanie,
Middletown, New York.
She lives over by Middletown, inland
like
from
in
there.
That neighborhood.
Yeah.
Melanie, as we were leaving, everyone was just like walking in the streets, like strolling casually. It was interesting.
Yeah.
But anywho, there was like public bathrooms. Like I have no issue if like I'm in there doing my business and someone else comes in. It's like, all right, well, I'll give you a courtesy cough so you know I'm in here, but I'm still gonna keep using the bathroom because that's why I'm in here. And that's why people go into these rooms.
That's
It's not like it's
so
no one
gross.
goes into the bowl. I mean, some people go into the bathroom for other reasons, but most people go into the bathroom to use it. So, like, removing the stigma of the bathroom would be awesome. I can end on that, but removing the stigma of using the bathroom would be
Yeah.
awesome. And if we all stopped worrying so much about it, maybe kids wouldn't be so nervous about, like, can I say poop?
You can say poop.
Pooping in the bathroom.
You can say poop. Can't say
Okay.
the other word.
Any hooch. When eating grapes, do you bite them or pop them in whole?
I bite them because I'm
Right.
afraid, because of my eating issue. I'm afraid.
I didn't bring you to bring this up for your eating. It just
Let's
it was a
trigger
question-
word.
Well, it was a question for the whole the
ED
group.
ED trigger word. Yeah,
I wasn't
I
making these
bite
specifically
them
for you.
because of the fear of swallowing it. That's one of the main things people choke on. And bringing that now, when you guys were kids and you got grapes for lunch, I always cut them in half
No.
before I gave them to you because I was so worried that you'd be talking to somebody and pop it in your mouth and right down your throat.
I remember-
Peanuts too,
I
very
remember one time
dangerous.
I was peeling, like painstakingly, like
Oh, that's
peeling
fun.
the skin off
Yeah.
of little grapes
Difficult to do.
for my bearded dragon, and they just kind of like looked at them and like looked at me and was like, "No,
You're eating my
give
grapes.
me them crickets
Just give
and
me
other
them.
things that are
Yeah.
alive."
They're like carrots, though. I used to like shaving the carrots for your guys. All right. Next.
What's your favorite mythical creature?
All right. Mythical, I'm going right to mythology because I love Roman and Greek mythology. So I would have to say Charon, if I'm pronouncing it properly. That is the boat driver that takes the souls from here and guides them over to the river of Styx to the underground. Or to the underground. And and that's why they put often people put coins on the eyelids to pay Charon for the ride.
The Riverman.
Yeah, he goes over the river Styx. And then Cerberus is the dog that meets you on the other side. Yeah, with the 3 heads. Cerberus. And
Baba
yours would be
Yaga.
Baba Yaga. Yeah.
Stealing.
What does Baba Yaga do?
Baba Yaga steals and consumes its food, mainly children, and
He eats children.
like guards.
That's your favorite.
Guards the fountain of youth in a lot of folklore, and
Oh.
like creeps around on the hut with
He
chicken
probably
legs.
puts the young
But I like
kids in
multiple.
that.
Like we're working on the
Yeah.
yokai, the Japanese folklore, like Kasa Obaka. It's the
Umbrella
concept of it's a useful object that you stopped using because you got a better one, but the object was still useful, so it becomes resentful and plays tricks. Like
Yeah.
maybe it slips out and trips you.
That's a lot of scary movies with dolls.
Kasa Obaki.
That you stop
I think I
using.
said it wrong. Kasa Obaki. Sorry.
Casa Obaki.
All right.
House of something. Casa, right?
This is a 2-part question. Answer the first one specifically just to answer the first one. So if anyone doesn't want to answer the second part of this question, you don't have to. You ready for this?
I'm not.
Do you have a middle name? Do you have a middle name? It's a yes or no question. It's pretty easy.
Yes.
Some people don't. So.
I do.
Okay. Your second question, if you choose to answer it, we don't need to get too personal here. Would you like to share it?
Yes. My middle name is Lee. Lee. My birth name is Virginia Lee. Actually, the last name was Lasky. My father was 100% Polish. I feel, if I remember correctly, I think I'm named after Robert E. Lee. Which doesn't make any sense because we're Yankees. We were born up here. We're
See how quick
Yankees.
we can do it. Ruth.
Yes, your middle name is Ruth. Ruth. And she's named Ruth after her dad's
Ruth.
grandmother.
All right. We're on our last question because I feel like it's like a 10-question thing. I don't know why, but I thought that was
Ten's a
part
good.
of it.
10's a good number.
10 is the not loneliest number that we're not going to
That's the crowdest number in the world.
Okay, so what wise words would you tell the world or like anyone? Like, what would be your life motto?
My life motto?
Yeah.
That's going to be easy. I don't know what my life motto is. My life motto, I guess, is how I live, is to treat people kind. They say, treat others as you would have them treat yourself, but not everybody wants to be treated kindly, to be honest with you, that to be legitimately serious about that. Some people like confrontations and whatnot. So I can't say that treat people the way you want them to treat you. I'm going to say treat people kindly and love them as unconditionally as humanly possible, and to accept and step back and try to see through the other people's eyes, and also realize that, and I think we've kind of given this message throughout all of our stuff that we do talk about this kind of stuff, is we are not separate. We are all one. We're all connected. We're connected to each other. We're connected to the earth. And we're like mycelium. And that would be my motto, is to just, really truly love people and love one another and love things, except for those creepy spiders.
Well, this makes my answer a little dark.
Oh boy.
Especially since I'm not going to lie, I literally just had this conversation online.
Your hair looks fabulous.
Thank you. I've been doing this new thing where I just wash it and kind of like let it be. Sometimes I
let
put
it be. It looks
braids,
great.
Sometimes I spin it in a bun.
Does it look adorable?
I'm just like not caring about it, and it's doing a good job on its own. So like I think,
so stop fussing.
If I just like let it be, it's doing a great job on its own. Let it be.
We're not going any
So
further.
life mottos. I just posted my new one as my cover photo on Facebook. I'll tell you that one in a second. But my original life motto was, no one cares if you're miserable, so you might as well be happy.
Yeah.
Or might as well. I guess both work. Which is valid. Like,
exactly.
And when I say that, everyone always thinks it's a little darker than it actually is. But when I say no one cares, like on the big picture, the masses, you can call a random phone number and tell them that you're really sad. There's a good chance they're not going to care. Or maybe you randomly
they might call
got
us.
Like a great person.
Yeah, because I would stop and talk. I've done it.
Most people would be too busy or too consumed with their own whatevers.
Yeah.
But my new motto is, nobody matters. All that matters is how you feel about, what you think about yourself, or what Keanu Reeves would think about you if he met you. And I stand by that.
Love Keanu
100%.
Reeves. Well, he's a nice guy, so
he's solid. He's not a nice guy. He's like a being.
Yeah, no, I mean,
others.
if you look into it, regardless of his acting, and I'm not
like
saying good or bad about
came
it,
for the best, they'd take
but I
him.
think he really, truly, as a human being, is an amazingly beautiful human being.
Yeah, he's been through a lot. He's
so make Keanu proud.
Yeah.
Be
Nobody
a good
matters.
Person. Yeah,
all
we
that
really
matters
don't.
is how you think about, like, what you think about yourself and what Keanu Reeves would think about you if you met him.
Yeah, in the scheme
Live
of
that
things,
way.
nobody really matters.
Because if you ever have a question, you're like, oh, I don't care, but like, what would Keanu Reeves think if I did this? And he met
Do you
me.
think Keanu Reeves would like my blue eyebrows?
I'm sure he would love them and support you, and
he would say,
if he went to do a photo with you, would make sure he didn't touch you, because he's that type of human that's
doesn't touch
respectful
people.
in every way, shape, and form.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was great. So I hope you have your answers, and we're not going to tag anybody. But
I don't know how the hashtag thing
works.
Yeah,
what we'll do is we're not going to personally tag anybody, but feel free to hashtag
you to do it and tag us back. Is that how that works?
Well, if you hashtag it with a saying, then if we do a hashtag on here, then anybody that would hashtag it on their channel, we would see it. It would all go right to those hashtags.
Answer my question, because nothing matters. No,
well, that's too long, but too long. I would say hashtag
Rusty's questions.
Rusty's questions.
Rusty's QU.
We'll figure it out, and we'll put it in the description box or on the title.
Maybe we'll put it right here.
We might put it here, or maybe up here.
Here.
Or might be over here.
We don't
or might be going backwards. Yeah, isn't that great? Alyssa
going up and down. Thanks, Alyssa.
Yeah, so we'll try to do a hashtag. Yeah, and if you want to
have fun with the questions.
Yeah, hopefully you will do the hashtags, or the hash browns, as I used to call them, because I didn't know what they were called. Anyway, and like, what's the other thing I used to call it? A facey? Selfies. I used to call this, I don't know. They're selfies, and I was calling them facies. Makes more sense that they're facies. Mimis. All right. Yeah, I used to call them mimis.
Love y'all.
Love you.